Hi, I'm Suzie Dills, and I'm the director at the Hoover Price Planetarium at the William McKinley Presidential Library and Museum, and welcome to Astro Adventures. You know, July is a great month to celebrate America, but today I want to salute Ohio, and celebrate Ohio astronauts. Did you know that Ohio is home to 25 astronauts? When you think about why so many, perhaps because of John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, maybe because we were first in flight here in Ohio. Maybe it's our work ethic, our good schools, but we are so proud of our Ohio astronauts. We have had 78 space flights, 3 trips to the moon, and 32% of Ohio astronauts have flown on the shuttle 4 times. So our most notable astronauts, of course, John Glenn, who was from Cambridge. He was the first to orbit Earth in 1962. And we all know Neil Armstrong from Wapakoneta. He was the first to walk on the moon in July 20th of 1969. So we're coming up on the 51st anniversary of that first step on the moon by Neil Armstrong. And we have Robert Overmyer. He was from Westlake. He piloted the first fully operational flight of the space shuttle in 1982. And Michael Gernhardt from Mansfield, first spacewalk from the International Space Station in 2001. And I did have the pleasure of meeting Sunita Williams, and she's from Euclid, Ohio. And she holds the record for the cumulative spacewalks for a woman. And she also ran the Boston Marathon up on the International Space Station. Really incredible. So once again, celebrating our Ohio astronauts. And something else to celebrate, over the next few months, we're going to continue to see the planet Mars getting brighter and brighter. So Mars and Earth are getting closer together as they make their trip around the sun. So that means Mars, brilliant fiery red in our evening sky. So if you are out about 11:30, you're looking towards the eastern sky as we head through the mid to later part of July. You're going to see that bright red object rising in the east. And then you can see the position of our gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn, in the southern sky. Of course, Jupiter is just blazing brightly, but by October, Mars will be brighter than Jupiter. And something else that's really special that'll be happening this month is we are going to have the launch of our next NASA exploration rover, Perseverance. Expected date is July 30th. So we have a July 30th to August 11th launch window. And so this mission was designed to launch at a time when Earth and Mars are in a favorable position in their orbits. So we talked about how they continue to get closer as they orbit the sun. So this means it'll take less energy for our rover to get to the red planet. And Perseverance will make its trip and it will land on Mars in February of 2021 at Jezero Crater. So our newest rover has the same body as our last rover called Curiosity, and we'll see a picture of Curiosity in a second, but it will have different instruments. And its main jobs will be to seek signs of ancient life and to collect rock samples for a possible return to Earth by a future NASA mission. So this would be our first Mars sample return. How exciting is that? And also, the Mars helicopter is hitching a ride on Perseverance. So Perseverance will join, we said Curiosity, InSight, and also the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. So here's Curiosity, looks pretty much the same as Perseverance, but we said the instruments would be different. So Curiosity landed at Gale Crater on August 5th of 2012. And so its mission was to determine if Mars ever had the right environmental conditions to support life forms we call microbes. And Curiosity is currently on a summer road trip. It's going to take a mile-long journey around deep sand to further explore higher up on a place called Mount Sharp. And here's InSight, landed November 26th of 2018, and its mission is to study the crust, mantle, and core of Mars. So it's going in the interior of the planet. And it's also going to measure tectonic activity and meteorite impacts. And then one of my favorite missions, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and it was designed to study the geology and climate of Mars, and it also does reconnaissance for future landing sites, and it relays data from the surface missions back to Earth. And it arrived at Mars in March of 2006. And of course, I do have to mention the Mars Exploration Rover Spirit and Opportunity. They landed in 2003. They were only expected to last 90 days, but incredible what we discovered about Mars from these little rovers. So Spirit traveled almost 5 miles, and we had our last communication back in May of 2011. And of course, Opportunity logged in 28 miles, and unfortunately, we had our last communication with Opportunity in February of 2019. But for all those years, we talked about the incredible science that these two rovers performed on the planet Mars. So let's talk about the night sky highlights over the next week or so for mid to late July. Okay, so the big news is Comet NEOWISE. So I hope you have had a chance to maybe get a look at the comet, but let me tell you a little bit about it so you can head outside with your family and friends. You do have to grab your binoculars, but it is really a sight to see. And we haven't had a really great comet since 1997 when we had views of Comet Hale-Bopp. Some of you may remember that. We were able to view that just with our own eyes. But like I said, grab your binoculars. So I put up the chart here. It's also on our Facebook page. And it kind of gives you the position of NEOWISE from the 14th of July through July 23rd. By the way, it's going to be closest to planet Earth on July 23rd. But what's really cool is if you look up in the northwestern sky, you're going to see our most familiar pattern, the Big Dipper. And on that map, you can see Ursa Major there. So the comet's going to pass by to the left there of the Big Dipper. So pretty incredible. It'll be easy to scan around that part of the sky and look for. So you're going to grab your binoculars. You're going to find a nice spot that has a great northwestern viewpoint. You need clear skies. And you're going to scan around based on the position on the map in relation to the Big Dipper. So give it a try. It really is incredible. It's really a sight to see. Lots of pictures out there also to view on the internet. Here's a couple of views on the right there. That's Comet NEOWISE from the International Space Station. The astronauts took a picture as they're orbiting planet Earth. And then on the left there, Cuyahoga Astronomical Association member Frank Shoemaker took this incredible photo at the Lorraine Lighthouse back on Monday, the 13th of July. So that is a pretty phenomenal photo there. And then I just want to touch on the position of our two gas giants. So we have Jupiter and Saturn. And we said that Jupiter reached opposition on July 14th, opposite the Sun. And then Saturn is July 20th. So what that means, they're rising as the Sun is setting, so they're present in our sky all night long. But really sights to see. Here's the position. You're looking towards the southeast. About an hour after sundown, so close to 10 o'clock. Get situated on your direction points. And brilliant Jupiter is certainly going to catch your eye. And then Saturn will be down a little bit to the left, more of a golden color, not quite as brilliant. Here's the position with our constellation patterns. So just to the left of the Archer Sagittarius. And then tune in to our Facebook page. We have our July star map and also our family astro activity checklist if you want to get out there and locate some constellation stars and check them off the list there. Enjoy, and we have other activities also posted on the William McKinley Presidential Library and Museum Facebook page. And also, if you visit starrytrails.com, you can get other illustrations and a night sky audio tour. So I will see you next week, but get out there and enjoy the Comet and Jupiter and Saturn.